Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Just wanted to share a fun little build I've been playing for about a week or two. I got bored of pixie builds and all the other meta stuff, so I really wanted to make a rocket launcher only build. That was one of my favorite builds I've made in Borderlands 3 was an a Mo's zero ammo rocket launcher build, which was really fun. So I figured focusing on status damage would help with the shitty performance of rocket launchers in Tiny Tina Wonderlands because they're not very good. So I did come up with a build that got us all the way through KS35 and is actually very good to use to farm it, and it's fun. So I've been rocking it for a while now. Just thought I'd throw it up and see if anybody else enjoys it. So there's a few things that are very important. First is going to be your max SDU. You definitely want to have that. They do not give us enough rockets in this game. You will hardly find them on the ground or in containers. Anything like the shield break regens or spore wardens regen fucking barely regens rockets, so they really short you on those. You want to have the max SDU, and then you're also going to want to have a sham. Doesn't matter if it's chaotic or whatever it is, just need to have a sham. It would be really awesome if you got a absorb roll as a second roll on it, because that would let you absorb even more of your shotgun ammo here. So that's the next thing you need. You need a Torg with a lot of pellets. Hopefully you can have some mag increases to where you get 2 shots out of it instead of 1, like I do here. And then you switch, you just do that, you shoot stickies on the ground, you just wait till it starts reloading, then you switch to your rocket launcher, and you fill your ammo. Here, let me just do it without full ammo so you can actually see it happen. Just do that, and you'll see I'm full ammo. So that's how we get between rounds, and we never have to refill our ammo with the upgrades in the game in the run. So that's the first thing, the first two things that you need that are important, plus the SDU, and then this is going to be the best rocket launcher for the build. It just has the highest dot damage, it has the highest damage. Well, actually had some higher base damage rocket launchers, but this one is just the best in the game. These are pretty good too. This actually does quite a lot of damage. So it's pretty good. I just don't like this particular one with the low mag size because it just has to be reloaded a lot, and the reload speed is not amazing. Although you can shoot it while it's reloading, so you don't have to finish the reload to shoot it. So that's alright. I use it sometimes when I get bored of using this one. And so those are the important things. I took it 0 to 35 without this cape of tides. I was using a smart armor and I used an amalgam for a while. The smart armor, the only thing good I had on it was area damage, and it's really annoying because you had to keep taking it off and on, although that's been fixed today, hopefully, so that's good. But you're going to want to cape of tides. We're going to be doing all lightning damage, and we're going to be using Berserker as our side class, so all lightning and ice damage, so that's just going to do nothing but benefit us. And we want Stab Berserker because we want as much shadow uptime as possible. All of our enchants are going to be based on action skills except for one when we use this for bossing, but everything else is just on action skills, so you're pretty not that strong in between action skills, but when your action skills up, you're murdering everything. So that's just kind of how it works. As far as the skills go, basically we mix and matched damage bonuses by following the damage chart. There is a Google Doc out there with the whole damage formula breakdown, and basically we just try not to stack too much of the same thing. So that's kind of how the decisions were made for this, and we want to have Berserker Capstone because that again is faster action skill, which action skill is carrying the build. So we need it as much as we can. We got some area damage here. Everything in the every single choice here is a damage up. It's a DPS skill. This is damage. This is damage. This is actually damage because of this. So the more frost efficiency and movement speed because of that. That's just more damage. The only thing not damaged is this, and this is literally our only survivability thing that we have at all. We have no other way to regen anything. No health, no shield, nothing. This is the only way we have to survive. So not that it's all that necessary, because you're gonna just be murdering things mostly anyway. So, and then this, we got more movement speed. Everything is all damage, just all damage skills. That's all you need. And our anoints are based on the skills that we have. As I said, I looked at the damage formula and just mixed and matched everything the best that I could without overstacking one thing too much. So notice there's no gun damage enchants because I have these crazy gun damage rings, and I did dupe it so that I have 2 of them. And I also get the shotgun magazine size, and that's how I get the 2 shots on my body rocker. If you don't have that, you're going to want a mag size on your neck or something to get that, because it's pretty annoying to only have 1 shot in it. It takes a lot longer to refill your shit, so definitely want to have that. I did not have these rings going through the chaos, so definitely you can make it to chaos 35 without a crazy ring like that. But those are really good. The spell you use does not matter. I like the rainbow. It has a really good dot, and it does a lot more than you expect than it looks like it does. It kills things pretty damn well, even without my extra skill up. So for bosses, I always switch to this Cryo Buffmeister. And so what I did when I was choosing things in this build, I fought Wastard like 100 or more times in a day. I just kept fighting him, kept switching gear, kept checking things. So I determined the Cryo Buffmeister was better than even the Primordial Dark Magic one, and determined Stabomancer Power is the best thing to have on both the class mod and this, because it just killed Wastard faster. The build was, during the last week's feature run, we were able to get rid of his shield and health bar within 1 shadows, and then we would just fuck around until we got our actions to go back and finish him off. So it works out. And when we were testing the enchants, the best damage one ended up being this elemental damage, even though we already have elemental increase and these. They're all the same damage in the damage formula. They're all the same block, but for whatever reason, even against all damage or other ones, I've tried all these enchants against it, and this one's the best one. So, but this for mobbing, I like the extra status chance and damage and stuff, so I wear that. I don't think there's anything else important to go over. I have this if I get bored of blowing shit up. This actually performs really well. It has a really high dot, so that's half the focus of the build. The other half is the AoE damage. So really want to have an AoE passive on here. I haven't got lucky enough yet, but these skills are pretty good, so I really am pretty happy with this class mod overall. On this, what we're looking for actually is a Thurge. We want it to have lightning power and Stabomancer power, or lightning damage and Stabomancer power. Passive, what we want there is any damage up. So all damage, status chance, action skill cooldown rate, all of those contribute to more damage. So any of those rules would be great. Your spell, again, could be anything you want to use. We definitely have to have the sham. I don't think, yeah, we went over everything. So let's just do a featured run for this week. I wanted to make this video last week because I was very familiar with the featured run. I just never got around to it for work and stuff. I've done this featured run a total of 1 time so far, so I'm not very familiar with it. So see how it goes. One of the things I like about this build is all the movement speed. I like high movement speed builds. They're fun. So yeah, Contagion is really good. I forgot to mention that skill, but you'll see sometimes that I'll shoot something big, put a dot on it, and then other things will just instant die. So now we don't have action skill, so it doesn't feel all that strong. Where the best we can do for damage here is be mobile. We also do have the old ways, so being closer to enemies gives us more damage. We never get a full benefit out of that. Same as I usually don't get full benefit out of the movement speed either, because I don't fully sprint around everywhere. You got to be accurate with this launcher, so unless you're doing the split, then you got to be accurate with range if you're splitting it. Yeah, that was pretty easy. So what I did notice on this featured run, I don't like any of the modifiers, so I usually do 3 modifiers, but this week I'm only doing 1 because I don't want roguelite and I do not want frozen orb, so fuck that shit. That's how I feel about that. I forgot to fill my ammo before I went to the portal, which I usually would do. But it's fine because for some reason they make it so enemies don't care to attack you very often. And we can stand there and fill it at the start of the round. You don't want to be missing your shots like I am right now. It's not very effective. So you see the Berserker action skill, or the capstone in action there. When I got those kills, I got extra action skill. Didn't matter though, because there was nothing around to kill at the time. Just waiting for my action skill up, basically. Spread some dots around for now. If they already have dots on them, and I pop shadows, they'll just get murdered by the dots that are already on them. As you can see. My game is stuttering and shit. Really fun, in my opinion, to run around really fast. Try not to blow yourself up while blowing everything else up. I don't really care about the side missions either. I don't even know what it was on this one. I didn't look. I think it was to protect the dragon statue or whatever. Usually I do them all, but right now I'm just killing shit. I'm not focusing on it. Although I will try to do this one. One reason I like Rainbow is for those eyes. It's pretty good for them. It'll seek onto them and put a fat dot on them. Usually murder them pretty well. Those eyes are really annoying, especially with a slow weapon like this, because they dodge your first shot usually. So you want to try to get them with a good spread, like from a distance like that. So I hit that one maybe? No, it went in between. You can either do that or wait till they come at your face and just blast them right before they get to you. That's usually how I deal with them. Kind of like that. You only want to pick up a couple of these. Usually you'll be able to finish in time. Yeah, see, I didn't even actually need to pick up any of them there. I'm not going for any of the skulls, which I would usually get as well. I don't want to make this last any longer than I need to. We're going to do every room elite, because I always do elite runs, because honestly this build's pretty boring in normal mode. Enemies don't come at you fast enough, and you just one hit them all, so it's like, it's not that exciting, you know? At least this way there's a few enemies that don't get one hit. Sometimes. Sometimes we just murder everything. I hate the birds. They're one of the hardest things for this build, honestly, the wyverns, and I just screwed up right there. So I'm gonna lose my shadows. My last run I was able to keep from the shadows for this entire room. My first from the shadow killed the boss within it. But I'm fucking up because I'm having trouble with that wyvern, so that's what ruined this room for us. Oh, he ran away. Just stop. Oh my god. What is this thing doing? Well, that ruined our kill there too, because I couldn't hit the damn guy, because my prediction was really bad with his sprinting. But still killed him fast, even without from the shadows, so. Oh yeah, we want to pick up this armor, this ammo upgrade. You don't necessarily need it, you can do the whole run without it, but it's definitely a lot nicer to be able to spam your rockets rather than having to conserve them or refill during the middle of a round. Wanted to see what that secondary roll on that was. I didn't check it the first time. As you can see, my health is all low. As I've said before, we have literally no survivability in the build, other than if we get down, we're likely to be able to get up because we have the Berserker skill. Oh, well, that was interesting. I was not expecting that to be right behind me. Dude, I don't even know what died right there. It was contagion that killed something, but I want to go for this. Good to ADS on that to get all 3 projectiles on it. I don't know what happened there. Might have been my fault for not moving from where I went into from the shadows, because they'll just AoE where you were when you went into it. So you gotta be mindful of that. Pretty sure I just stood in the same spot and just got blasted by everything. They're gonna go to where you first went into from shadows. So right there is where I went in. Everything's gonna try to attack me there, except for things like those who tend to ignore that you're in from the shadows at all. So there's some few enemies in this game that do that. It's quite annoying, honestly. You see the Berserker capstone doing work here. Oh, that might be what blasted me before too. Oh shit, I did not see that. Yeah. I meant to just go in there for the quartz and come out in here and do this secondary objective like I did last time. Actually, what you can do, what I did last time, I went in and got that thing, I came back here, and I just sat here just jumping and blasting into that entrance, and they all were funneling through there, so it was super easy. So that's what I recommend doing there instead of what I just did that time. Just want to wait for your rage mode to go off before you do this, otherwise you're going to put a sick dot on yourself. Kind of wreck yourself. Sometimes you might soak yourself as well, so be mindful of that. If you see that you're about to break your shield and you're putting a dot on yourself, just walk away from them, you know, try to prevent yourself from getting murdered. The featured run this week is rather lame, honestly. There's not enough enemy density. You got these guys that always just try to hide from you rather than attack you. And then you got mortars that hide on the other side of the map and just bomb you from out of sight. I don't like enemies like that. It's not even the density, it's just the aggressiveness of the mobs is too low in this game, in my opinion. Some of them are fine, but some types like humanoids and skeletons, they're far too interested in trying to find cover and hide, and run away. It's just, oh shit, that was dumb. Oh well. You know, I normally get through these without dying at all, but it is what it is. I keep fucking killing myself. Yeah, I saw the skeleton back there, but I'm just wanting to get through the round here. You can get a lot more crystals on this run than what I'm going to be getting right now. If this happens, you can quickly enter the portal and not kill yourself. So keep that in mind. And I'll just a few more rockets here. Just checking if there's any quartz. Not familiar with this run, so. Checking if there's enemies. More like it. Shit, where are all the damn enemies? A few. Actually, not sure what knocked me back right there. Was that some like wind spell that thing did? Okay, dude. Wow. Seriously? He's a magician. Oh, melee weapon. I never cover that. It doesn't matter what you use. I literally never swing my weapon, unless sometimes. I'm bored, I guess. I really don't ever use a melee weapon, but if I do, it will increase my status damage, so maybe I should. I don't know. Don't really care about it though. Do enough damage, honestly. Rather not try getting into the face of things. I'm already bad enough at navigating around and blowing myself up, so. That's the one cool thing about this build that I really enjoy. The better you play it, the better it does. If you can maintain your speed and be accurate with your shots, then you can keep your From the Shadows up a lot longer usually, because you're getting kills faster. Because as you can see, between action skills, we don't do a lot of damage against big guys, and if there's not a lot of little things to kill to get our action skill back, it kind of slows us down a bit. We can definitely murder just regular little things, like all types of skeletons and wargs and all that type of shit, but the bigger trolls and all those triple bar enemies, they're quite a bit harder to kill if you don't have action skill up. Although if you do run with the Buffmeister instead of the Rainbow, you can alternate them, and it is actually a lot more effective. I just like the Rainbow. I just like using it. It's not that it's the best thing to use. Actually, the Buffmeister does perform better. But I don't know. I just like it. Not much else to say about that. Should be able to kill this guy. I haven't really got him within one shadow, but he dies right after. So, but also I haven't really tried to do better. I just kind of lazily kill him like this. Oh, looks like I got him within one shadow. Look at that. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's fun. It's easy. You got a lot of movement speed, which is really cool, you know. Blowing shit up. Torg approved. Yeah, let me know if you like it.